Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Seven of Bows in clearance. And before I get too involved in this card and describing it for you, I just want to let you know that I'm working on meditations that I'll be posting in my playlist. And along with that, if you go to my website, thespiritspath.com, you'll see some daily intentions as well as affirmations, daily intentions, affirmations, but journal prompts. Starting to get into a habit of journaling, and as each card comes up, I'll post those prompts in the website, and you can follow along and journal along with the card of the day. So there you have it. The card today is the Seven of Bows in clearance, and when thinking about this card today, one, we haven't seen this in quite some time, okay? But the other thing that really came to mind was, this pops up after the Shaman. And the Shaman wants you to focus on, what element out there is that you need to strengthen, okay? Or that you are right now, whether that be air, fire, earth, or water, okay? And then the Seven of Bows, as you're focusing on that and focusing on developing your spirit even more, as you're walking down a path, you see these seven bows lined up against the tree. And there's a fire in the background, of burning what's not needed. And there's that axe right there as well with a bow. Okay. Now, the bows are all about fire energy, passion, creativity. All right. And what this is telling me, coupled with the Shaman here, is that you have an opportunity to move forward in your creativity, to manifest something great. Okay. But in order to do so, you have to clear out what's cluttering, the passion. Okay. What's cluttering that creativity? Okay. Like I said earlier, I'm working on my mindfulness, and I'm trying to, incorporate that, for you guys, coming up with meditations and coming up with journal prompts and daily intentions. Okay. And that may seem like an easy thing to do, but at the same time, it's not. Okay. Being able to, put those out onto the YouTube form, with the shorts and everything like that, it takes some creative time. And the key word there is time. And you have to clear out time in order to do those steps, that I'm working on for you. Okay, so just, for yourself, okay, it's now a time to focus on what meets your needs for your spiritual journey. Look within your life, okay, based on yesterday's The Shaman, and ask yourself, okay, what is meeting my needs and what is not meeting my needs? Okay. If it's in a relationship and your significant other is meeting your needs, hey, that's great. Continue moving forward, okay? If that job situation is providing that income for you and giving you that asset allocation that we talked about here a couple weeks ago, hey, great. Move forward. If your emotional fortitude is working, right, but you're finding yourself a little bit anxiety, or you're finding yourself, worrying about stuff, okay, and it's raising your stress level. What is it within that that's causing the stress? What's causing the worry to stay up at night? Those thought processes helps with the emotions. Okay, so if you don't have to think about that worry, if you can get rid of that, whatever that worry is, all right, that's going to help your emotions. And then it's going to come back, to your thought process saying, why am I even focusing on it? I'm wasting energy. And as a result of that, that helps your spiritual journey as you're moving forward. So some decisions have to be made, and you just dispose of what is broken and no longer useful. A good example of that is just decluttering your house. Okay, going through and just taking one room at a time. Putting them into piles. What do I need? What do I want? What can I donate? What can I sell? All right. And if it's stuff you haven't touched in 2-3 years, Let it go. You know, the clearance piece of that, you know, and I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. You know, but the clearance piece of that is also, you know, within your physical well-being, okay? And nothing stays the same. And now is a good time to adapt your skills so that it requires you to rethink and relearn your skill set. Let's take that, you know, decluttering the room, okay? You go in, you see this room, and the first thing you get an anxiety attack. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff in this room. It's because you haven't opened a door in 2 years, okay? But you just start, just a little, you know, put the room into a quadrant. I'm just going to clean this piece up today. I'm going to go through all the drawers, okay? And when you're doing that, okay, you are developing the discipline of going through your mindset and relieving that anxiety, okay, as well as cleaning the room out, okay, so you don't have to have that anxiety anymore. And that helps your skill set moving forward. You may not think that going into a room and just cleaning out one corner is going to, you know, move to your, you know, help you out with your skill set, but it does, because it gives you that discipline, okay, to just take care of something and move forward. The biggest thing is you don't have to do everything right now. You just have to start. Just do a little bit. Take a break, come back, do something else, right? Only stay in that room though. Don't move over to other rooms. Don't get the squirrel syndrome, you know, and do other projects, okay? You know, for a new life to begin, you must clear out the old, okay? And if you want that to be a guest bedroom for people coming in from out of town, you know, that's a new life. Because now you don't feel ashamed of inviting them into your house. You say, here's a room for you, okay? And it's all cleaned. And as you know, when you start that process, when you start the mental process, you know, if it's a relationship or a job, when you start that process of clearing out up here in your head and down in your heart, relationship, job selection, when you start clearing that stuff out, new things can happen. Just as you know, cleaned out that room. New things can grow, right? You could turn that into a YouTube studio. You could turn that into a guest bedroom for when people come into town. You could turn that into an Airbnb place, you know, for just, you know, hey, I got a bed available for you for the night. Now you're making money, you know, if you go down that route, okay? So, you know, by clearing out the old and preparing for the new, you welcome, you know, new challenges, new obstacles. And with those challenges and obstacles are opportunities. And with those opportunities, you manifest. The shaman. Okay? And that helps with healing, and that helps the soul grow. It helps you elevate to that next level in your spiritual journey. And the King of Stones, you know, he's walking here down, he's walking with you in the shaman, you know, and he's asking, where is life offering you its riches? Well, you can open up that door and you look into that room, your eyes should have dollar signs going off of it. Garage sale, just in this room alone. Jewelry, clothes, toys. And what doesn't get sold gets donated. Okay, and then when you fix everything up, yes, you're going to have to spend some money to do that. Boom. Now you've got a place that you've put some sweat equity into, and you can make some money on it, either by selling this stuff or by renting it out. So that's where life is offering you the riches. You may not see it when you open a door initially, you know, but after a month, 2 months, 3 months, as you continue to work little by little, boom, it happens. And then the Page of Bows, who's still running around your feet, okay, he's asking you, who is offering you the opportunity? The shaman's offering you that opportunity. So opportunities are presenting yourself since you left the one side of the Wildwood Forest and you walked across to the other side as being that wanderer. And I really like this card. Okay, because Seven of Bows clearance, to me, it just tells me that whether it's a relationship, whether it's a creative project, whether that's an emotion, whether that is your thinking, if it doesn't serve you, get rid of it. Okay, throw it in that fire, past the tree, chop it up, burn it off, let it go. Okay, because it's not serving you anymore. And when things aren't serving you, you can elevate to your higher self to help you on your spiritual journey to move forward. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, Seven of Bows and clearance. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others. Give me a thumbs up. Be patient as I create the meditations and the intentions and the daily aspirations and stuff, because it's a work in progress. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.